Hello students, good morning everyone and welcome to the lecture of Social Science, class 10th. So students, today we are going to begin new chapter of civics, which is chapter number 4, gender, religion and caste. Okay. So students, till now how many chapters we have completed from civics? Yes, two chapters we have completed from civics. Which are those? Yes, so chapter number 1, which is power sharing, and chapter number 2, which is federalism. Okay, now let's start with the chapter number 4, which is gender, religion, and caste. Okay, fine. What happened? Are you asking about chapter number 3? Yes, so let's clear with the idea of chapter number 3, my dear students. Maybe some students are thinking there that is our teacher forget about chapter number 3. So no, my dear students, I didn't forget about chapter number 3. So here I want to clear the idea of chapter number 3. So chapter number 3 has been dropped out from your syllabus. Okay, means chapter number 3 will not be evaluated in your board exam. But this chapter or chapter number 3 you have to study for your internal exams. So you have to study it home first by yourself, and then you will have to make it understand with the help of your teachers, right? So I hope idea is cleared with the chapter number 3, or your confusion is cleared that why teacher has started today chapter number 4 instead of chapter number 3. Okay, my dear student, so let's begin today's session. But before starting today's lecture, I would like to give you today's thought. And here it is. Don't let yesterday take up too much of today. Yes, my dear students, every day we got there the lots of experience. Some experiences are good, some experiences are bad. So keep good experiences with you and let it go to all those bad experiences. And start your every day with the great positivity. And believe me, it will make there the great difference one day if you start every day with great positivity. Okay, students, so with this positivity, let's start today's lecture. So here I have mentioned which topics we are going to cover in this chapter. So first topic I have mentioned here, gender and politics. Second is sexual division of labor. Third is rise of feminism. Fourth is women political representation. Next is religion, communalism and politics. Then communalism, and last one is caste and politics. So students, these are the topics which we are going to cover in this chapter. But in today's lecture, we will cover first 3 points. Yes, my dear students, this chapter we are going to finish in 3 lectures. So this is the first lecture where we are going to do introduction of the chapter, and we will complete first 3 topics, which are those gender and politics, sexual division of labor and rise of feminism. Okay, students, so let's start. So before we begin, I would like to give you, or I wanted to make you understand that in this chapter we are going to study about 3 social divisions. Yes, my dear students, What did I say? In this chapter, we are going to study about three social divisions. And which are those? On the basis of gender, on the basis of religion, and on the basis of caste. So here we are going to clear with the title of the chapter. So let's try to understand, my dear students, the title of the chapter. So the first word in the title of your chapter, that gender. So gender, which is omnipotent, or we can say it's universal, means what? Means it is present all over the world. Means it's not like that only in India women are available there and only in America men's are available there. No, not at all. So gender, it is omnipotent or it is present all over the world. Means we can say it's universal. Then the second word is religion. So again it's omnipotent, means again it's universal, again it's present all over the world. Religion, it's also present all over the world. Maybe in few countries it's not be there, but overall if we see the ratio, it's available there. Then the third word, which is caste. So the third social division is caste, which is peculiar to the Indian society. Why did I say, my dear students, which is peculiar to the Indian society? Because Indian society has been divided on the basis of caste. Now the question comes there, students, that why should we study this social division in politics? Okay, what is the relation of these three words with the politics? Okay, so this is the story of today's lesson, my dear students. Yes, so here means in this chapter we are going to get the answer of this question, that what is the relation or how this social division affects to the politics. Okay, and that's why it's necessary, or that's why it is important to study these social division on the basis of gender, religion and caste in politics. So I hope, my dear students, the title or the concept or the theme of the chapter is cleared. So shall I move now? Yes. So let's start today's chapter. So yes, we are going to study in today's lecture first point, which is gender and politics. So students, here one image I have provided here. So what can you see in this image, or what can you see in this photograph? Yes, one woman is there who is showing her strength. Okay, so this is a poster from Bengal affirming women's strength. Now, what is the relation of this gender and politics? Let's start to the topic, students. But before starting the topic, I just want to request you all that please keep your textbook with you. Open your textbook in front of you and try to see all, or try to study all the images whatever have been provided in your textbook. Try to observe it and try to study it, because in your board exam the picture based questions are also been asked. So from that point of view, all these images are very important. So this point, it's begin with this image which is showing us the woman's strength. Okay, now students, in this point we are going to know what is the relation of gender and politics. Why did we study this gender in politics, or what is exactly mean by gender? All the answers of these questions we are going to know in this point. So students, you have to keep this image in your mind as far as your board exam is concerned and as far as your very short answers are concerned. Now, let's move further. So students, I have started exactly from page number 40 with the glossary, okay, because each and everything is very important, my dear students, whatever has been mentioned here in your textbook, okay. So talking of this first social division, which is gender, I want you to realize that there is something which is called sexual division of labor or gender division of labor. Now the question comes there, my students, that what is mean by it? So let's see. Labor means what? So labor means work. Now what are we saying? Sexual division of labor or gender division of labor. So let's try to understand here first what is mean by labor. So labor means work. मतलब क्या? मतलब कि किसी भी काम को हम जब जेंडर बेसिस पे डिवाइड कर देते हैं, means what? Means when we say there that this gender will do this work and that gender will do that work. So this is the division of labor on the basis of gender. So it's a good thing that work has been divided on the basis of gender. Is there any wrong thing? कुछ बुराई है इसमें? नहीं, कोई बुराई नहीं है. इसको क्या कर दिया है? डिवाइड कर दिया है वर्क को. But one thing is definitely available here, which is not at all good, my dear students. Now here I'm talking about the first paragraph which is given on page number 40. If you are able to say it, then it will definitely relate to you. What did I say, my dear students? On the basis of gender or on the basis of, means division is available there on the basis of gender of labor. Okay, so इसमें कोई बुराई नहीं है, but only one thing is there that we consider or we think that this gender division is natural. Means what? ये हमें नेचर से मिला है, यानी कि घर के काम गर्ल्स करेंगी या फिर औरतें करेंगे और बाहर के काम जेंट्स करेंगे या फिर बॉयज़ करेंगे. सो दिस थिंकिंग इज़ completely wrong kind of thinking. Again, second wrong thing is also available there. And what is that? So here it is understood that it is unchangeable. Means what? It can't be changed there. Means girls will do there the household chores and boys will do there the work whatever is available there out of home. So what is the belief, my dear students? Belief is available there that these division, whatever is available there on the basis of gender, of labor, is unchangeable as well as it is natural. So my dear students, I want to ask you here the question, is it true or is it right? Yes, all girls are answering here that yes, it's not true, and boys are also answering here. I can, means though I'm not able to listen, but I know my students, how are they. So yes, this is not at all good, or this is very wrong thing which is available here. So my dear students, here you need to understand that this is the basic problem of dividing work on the basis of gender, which can affect or which affects to the politics of any country. And that's why we need to understand, or that's why we need to study this gender from the political point of view. Now moving further, here I have mentioned one picture which is available in your textbook. One question here asked to students, why are we discussing things like household work in this textbook on political science. Is this politics? Yes? So why not, my dear students? If politics is about power, which we have seen in first chapter, okay, then surely male dominance in the household should be considered political. Yes, in the first chapter we have seen there that power should be shared equally with the all part of society or among the all part of society. Yes, we have seen. And if the power will not share equally, then what can happen? So with the help of example of Sri Lanka, we have seen there that because the power has not been equally shared in Sri Lanka, so it had lead there to the civil war. वहाँ पे civil war हुआ था because power has not been shared there equally with the society or among the different parts of society. Then surely male dominance in the household should be considered as a political. So when the thing comes there of any house, then in home also power should be shared equally. Okay, whether it's women or whether it's gents, right? If it is not happening there, then how did politics affects, or what is the relation of this equal representation of gender in politics? So we will study all these things in this chapter. So let's move on further, students. Now here we are talking about public and private sphere. So in this point, what are we going to discuss? So here we will discuss about sexual division of labor. Okay. Now again the question comes there, what is sexual division of labor? So in biology, two terms are available, my dear students. One is sex and another is gender. So let's try to understand here first the difference between gender and sex. Okay, so let's talk here about first sex. So it is biologically defined, means you can't change it, means you are born with it, which is your sex, which means that either you're gonna having female sexual organ or male sexual organ. Okay, then comes to the gender, which is female or male. So gender is the term which is given by the society to the male and female. Means what? This concept is developed from the expectation of society or the stereotype thinking of society. So my dear students, this topic means if we discuss on this topic, then this is the definite means this definitely can be the topic for discussion, and for the another session means we have to organize there the another session. But just here I wanted to means I wanted you to understand here that there is a difference between gender and sex. Okay, so I hope it is cleared. Now coming back to the point, what is sexual division of labor? So students, sexual division of labor is that when we divide work on the basis of biological sexual division. Means what? So when we divide the work between women and men, so it will more clear in further more slide. So see students, here I have mentioned the duties of women, which are those: cooking, cleaning, tailoring, looking after children and family. So whatever these responsibilities or whatever these duties have been mentioned here, this is the sexual division of labor. Understood? Then let's see the duties of men. Oh my god, only means very less. Okay, so let's see here. Work outside the home, earn money for the family. Means whatever the responsibilities just now we have seen, students, for women and men. So these division have been done here on the basis of gender, and this is called as a sexual division of labor. Understood? So I hope my students, your idea is cleared about sexual division of labor, or what is meant by the sexual division of labor. Now students, I want to know from you that क्या ऐसा है जो काम आदमी कर सकते हैं वो काम औरतें नहीं कर सकती है, वॉट एवर वर्क इज बिन डन बाय द मेंस दैट वर्क वुमेन कैन नॉट डू? Yes? Yes, some are saying yes, means mixed opinion is there. But if you see in rural and urban society, which I have mentioned in next slide, which I have taken from your textbook only, the first paragraph means end of the first paragraph. So students, is it like that women are incapable compared to the men? So no, not at all. But what is the thing? Means in village, women means sorry. Here I want to clear with the idea that women are also that much capable compared to the men. How? So in village, women fetch water, collect fuel and work in the fields. In urban areas also, poor women work as a domestic helper in middle class home, while middle class women work in office. In fact, the majority of women do some sort of paid work in addition to the domestic labor, but their work is not valued and does not get recognition. Means what, students? So if we see there the means division of work among men and women, or between men and women, then we come to know there that women cannot get there the equal recognition of their work, which usually get to the men. Means if you see the work profile of the men, means if they are doing there the job of tailoring, or if they will do there the job of cooks in hotels, then these jobs are paid jobs for men's. Understood? And means in these job men get there the great salary, where women's are not getting the proper recognition if they do the same work at their home, or if they cook the food at their home. Nobody is going to pay a single rupee to them for this work. Means, my dear students, what did you understand from this? So we can understand from this that women do not get there the equal recognition, or women are not getting there the equal recognition of their work compared to the men. Though the women are going out, though they are doing the office job, but when they come back to the home, that time they have to perform their domestic responsibilities. Means though they are working out of the home, after that also when they come back to the home, that time they have to perform their domestic responsibilities. And why they have to perform their domestic responsibilities, my dear students? So in starting only I have cleared there that the belief is available. And what is the belief? That this division of labor on the basis of gender, it considered as a natural and unchangeable. Understood? Now the question comes there that where did it start exactly? इसकी शुरुआत कहाँ से हुई? So students, if you see the history, now you have to go back to the history. Chapter number 1, nationalism in Europe, there also we have seen in that treaty, women they have participated or they have also played there the important role, but they did not get the place in the parliament. And where did they have to stand? They have means they had to stand out of that parliament. उन्हें बाहर खड़ा कर दिया था. So this is means if we see the history from ancient days, women are not getting there the equal representation in every sphere of society. Means women's they did not have there the right of voting, or women's they were not having there the political representation. Means in politics women's were not at all available there. Means women's were considered inferior in every sphere of society. Okay students, till now I hope it is clear. So if you compare today's situation, so we read means today's situation is far better if we compare with the old days. I'm talking about women's situation. Okay, so today's women's situation is far better compared to the old days. Means nowadays women's they are going out, they are doing their office job, or some illiterate women's they are also going out of their home and they are also earning money. So again the question comes here, my dear students, that how did we reach to this situation? Okay, so women's fought for it. Means whatever they should have been given anyway, यानी कि जो उन्हें मिलना चाहिए था, for that they fight for that, they fought for it, and they dealt with the movement. They fought with the movement which are called as a feminist movement. Okay students, here the question answer is clear that how did situation change or how did we reach to the present day situation. Means if you see the present day situation of women, it is far better compared to the old days or compared to the old regime. And how did it possible? So it possible with the feminist movement. Now let's see what is mean by the feminist movement. Students, this question is very important as far as your very short answer is concerned. So keep in your mind this definition, that what is mean by feminist movement. So what is mean by feminist movement? So feminist movement, it is an ideology where the movements organized by the women, organization for equality for women in personal and family life. So feminist movement means what students? Feminist movement, it is an ideology where all women came together and they fought for their personal and family life rights. Means whatever they should have been given anyway, जो भी उन्हें मिलना चाहिए था, जो कि उनका हक था, वो हक लेने के लिए when the women came together, they fight for it, they have done there the movement. So that movement, it is known as a feminist movement. So I hope, my dear students, the idea of feminist movement, it is cleared. So this feminist movement, it happened there all over the world. Means these feminist movements means it's not like that these feminist movement these feminist movement happened only in Europe, or these feminist movement happened in only in America. So not at all. So these feminist movement happened there all over the world. Now students, you have to answer of my question here. You have to search there that how many feminist movements have been fought in India? And you have to answer of my question in feedback section. Okay. So, in this way, women took inspiration from the feminist movement and they fight there for their own rights. Now, again, the question comes there, students, which are those rights? Okay, so in next slides, I have mentioned those rights. So, which are those rights? Gender issues were raised in politics, means women wanted their the representation in politics, यानी वो politics में आना चाहती थी. What are we discussing now, students? That women took the inspiration from feminist movement and they fight there for their rights. Now, which are those rights? So, first here I have mentioned that they wanted there the recognition in politics. Then second right which they demanded under the feminist movement, and what is that? So they wanted there the equal rights. Whatever the rights has been given, or whatever the rights have been given to the men, those equal rights should be given to the women. And the third right which women demanded under the feminist movement, what is that? For voting right. They demanded there the right of vote. And again, furthermore, under this feminist movement, they demanded for the education right also, which I have not mentioned here, but you have to keep in your mind. So I hope, my dear students, the idea of feminist movement, it is clear. Now let's see what was the result of feminist movement. Means whatever the feminist movement have been fought there by the women. So what was the result of the feminist movement? So the result of the feminist movement is like this. The woman's condition, it improves there in public life, means, or the condition of women, it improved in all public life. Then how did it improve? So women started to work as scientists, women started to work as doctors, engineers, lawyers, managers, and college and university teachers, which were earlier not considered suitable for women. So this is all about the feminist movement and the result of feminist movement. Now students, I want to clear here that as I have told you earlier also, that this feminist movement have been happened all over the world, but the result of this feminist movement was different. Means in European country or in developed country, the result of this feminist movement was different. For example, on page number 42, the information is available, or information has been provided here, that Scandinavian countries such as Sweden, Norway and Finland, the participation of women in public life is very high. What did I say, my dear students? The result of feminist movement, it was different all over the world. In some countries, the result was very great, such as all the developed countries such as Europe, America, Sweden, Norway, Finland. So, means in this developed country, the result of feminist movement was very good, very excellent, very high. But the result of feminist movement in India, it was not that much good. And means whatever the situation is available right now also in Indian society, so you can imagine, okay, that the result of feminist movement is not that much great compared to the other countries in India. Now, why the result is not great in India compared to the other countries? Let's see here what is the reason behind it. So, the reason here I have mentioned. And what is the reason? So reason is that India and patriarchy means what? Means students, in India patriarchal society is available there, or in India patriarchy is available there. Now what is mean by patriarchy? So here I have not mentioned, my dear students, and deliberately I have not mentioned the answer of this question, what is mean by patriarchy, or patriarchy means what. So here orally I am explaining. Let's try to understand. First of all, I wanted to know from you that do you know about this word patriarchy? Because this word is not new as far as Indian society is concerned. So you should know here the meaning of this word. But maybe some of my children, they are unaware about the concept of patriarchy. So here I am explaining what is mean by patriarchy. So what is the basic thing? First of all, students, what I am explaining, that the result of feminist movement, it was not that much great in India compared to the other developed country. Means in other developed country the result was very great of feminist movement, but in India the result was not that much great. And why? So the answer is available here. Because India is having the patriarchal society, or India is having patriarchy. So what is mean by patriarchy? So patriarchy means literally ruled by the man, or the society which is ruled by the man. Okay, so I hope it is cleared here. So no matter how many feminist movement we have been fought in India, okay, but the effect of the women development, it is set back in India. And why it is set back in India? Because overall extreme patriarchal society is available in India. Okay, students, so this is the reason that in India the result of feminist movement is not that much great compared to the other developed country. Okay, students, now again, means why I am emphasizing again and again other developed country. So students, reason is available here. One reason is there behind it. Whatever developed country, or whichever developed country adopted this feminist movement in a great way, they are developed, because women are the half population of any country, and if they are not having the equal representation, then it affects on the development of any country. And that's why whatever countries are developed countries, there women's position is great. Okay, so now you people can think over it, my students, and furthermore you can improve the situation. So all girls, whether means girls are there or whether the boys are there, so you should take it positively and you should work on for this. Okay, no matter, means nowadays situation is very great compared to the old days. Okay, students, so I hope till now the ideas are cleared. Okay, now let's see here, my dear students, because of this patriarchal society, what type of disadvantages or discrimination or oppression women have to face in India. Okay, what did I say, my dear students, here? Because of this patriarchal society, what type of disadvantages, what type of discrimination and oppression women have to face in India? Let's see. Before starting this point, students, I want to tell you here that this is the answer of long answer question. Okay, so 4 points are mentioned here in your textbook with the red bullet point. So you can see it which is available on page number 42 and page number 40, which I have mentioned in next slide. So let's see, my dear students, what is the first problem women have to face here because of patriarchal society. First one is here, the literacy rate among women is only 54% compared with 76% among men. Means if we see there the literacy rate, so the literacy rate is very less of women compared to the men. And what is that? So 54% is available there about women, 54% literacy rate is available there of women, and 76% literacy rate is available there for the men. Okay, now why this thing happens there, students? So here I have not mentioned in the point, but in your textbook it is available there, that why the literacy rate is less of women than men, or why the literacy rate is less there of girls compared with the boys. So what is the reason behind it? So the reason is available here, that girls have been dropped out in between only. And why they have been dropped out? So they have been dropped out because parents prefer to spend their resources for their boys' education rather than spending equally on their sons and daughters. Again, because of patriarchy, or because of patriarchal society, parents, means not usually but overall in society, if we see nowadays situation is far better, my students, but overall if we see the situation, then nowadays also in some sphere of society we can see there that parents prefers to spend their resources or to spend the money for their boys' education. They do not want to spend money on their girls' education, and that's why literacy rate of women is less compared with the men. Okay, then this literacy rate you have to keep in your mind. Now the second discrimination is available here, that average a smaller proportion of girl students go for higher studies. Okay, students, no wonder the proportion of women among the highly paid and valued job is still very small, but a smaller proportion of girl students go for higher education. Means this point already we have seen in first point, so here I want to go for second point, students, which is no, means which I have not mentioned here, so don't confuse. Okay, so first point we have discussed literacy rate. Now I am explaining here the second point, which is available in your textbook. So as we have discussed earlier there, that women's are not highly paid there compared to the men, though they are doing valuable job compared with the men. After that also, on workplace, women are not getting there the equal wages, and for this discrimination, Indian government, they have passed their one act also in 1976. And what was the act? So the act was about the Equal Remuneration Act, which has been passed there in 1976, which provides that equal wages should be paid to the equal work, whether it's women or whether it's man. So overall, if we see there, students, that Indian woman works 1 hour more than an average man every day. अगर हम ये देखते हैं तो Indian women every day 1 घंटा ज़्यादा काम करती है compared to the men, and after that also they are not getting equal wages or highly paid jobs. So is it correct, my dear students? So means the situation should be changed or not? Yes, definitely. Till the date situation is far better, but yes, till the date also we people can see this type of discrimination in the different parts of society. Now the last point which I have mentioned here, that is sex selective abortion lead to a decline in child sex ratio. Now this is also very important thing, my dear students, which you need to understand very properly. Now what is mean by the sex ratio? Here first of all I want to clear the idea with the sex ratio. So what is mean by the sex ratio? So sex ratio is the number of girls children per thousand boys. Okay, means number of girl children means 914 girls are available there for 1000 boys. मीन्स अगर बॉयज़ 1000 है तो वहाँ पे गर्ल्स का नंबर कितना है 9014. सो दिस रेशियो इट इज़ कॉल्ड एज ए सेक्स रेशियो. सो द सेक्स रेशियो इज़ very less. And why does it so, or why the sex ratio is less in India? So the reason is available there that Indian family on a larger scale don't want girl child to be born. What did I say, my dear students? Why the sex ratio is less in India? So in India or Indian family on a larger scale don't want girl child to be born, and they make sure that the girl child not to be born, and for this they lead to the illegal practices also, like sex selective abortion, which is called as a sex selective abortion. Okay, to this we called as a female feticide also. Means when a person knowing that feticide is a girl child, and a person do not or no means sorry or a person do not want that girl child, then they prefer to the abortion. So this is called as a female feticide, or this is called as a sex selective abortion. Okay students, so this is all about Indian patriarchal society. I hope the idea is cleared here. So finally, what can we say here, students? So this is the final reflection of Indian patriarchal society. Because of this Indian patriarchal society, the different types of disadvantages women have to face, and different types of discrimination women have to face, as well as different types of operation also women have to face. So till now, students, what have we discussed in today's lecture? So we have started today's lecture with gender and politics. Then we have seen there the sexual division of labor. Then we have discussed there public and private division. Then we have discussed there feminist movement. Then we have known about patriarchal society, or we have seen there the result of feminist movement all over the world, and why did this feminist movement is not that much successful in India. So we have seen there the reason that India is having which society? Patriarchal society. Then we have discussed there what is mean by the patriarchy, and because of this patriarchal society, what type of disadvantages women have to face, what type of discrimination women have to face, and what type of operation women have to face. All these things we have discussed in today's lecture. So I hope, my dear students, you understood the concept of today's lecture, or you have understood the concept of this chapter. Now, in next lecture, what are we going to discuss? So in next lecture, we will discuss there women political representation and religion, communalism and politics. So I hope, my dear students, you understood the topic. If any doubt is available there, then you can definitely ask, or you can send with the mail, and those doubts we can or we will clear in doubt clearing session. So thank you so much, my dear students. So keep studying. Till then, bye.